lesson that I will complete. No, after that, which lesson are you doing? History. Now geography. After that, you will cover in history. Another stream I will do. But you are in.
No. You are getting here, so therefore you will come this side.
Okay.
Wait. But this side,
You adjust that.
adjust. Wait.
And then body split.
No.
That's yes.
This time. Okay. Stand.
Okay. Good morning, students. So in last class we are discussing about the polynomials, chapter number 2. So which is 10th class syllabus. So in that we are discussing about what is meant by polynomial, and then which are polynomials, which are not a polynomials, and next what is meant by types of polynomials. So that means what are the types of polynomials, how many types of polynomials, linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, cubic polynomial, and then number of zeros of the polynomials, and then after that what is the zero of the polynomial. After that we are discussing how to find the roots of the quadratic polynomial. So first of all we are going to discuss quadratic polynomial. What is meant by quadratic polynomial? Quadratic polynomial means the degree of the polynomial is 2. The degree of the polynomial is 2. Then those polynomials are called as quadratic polynomials. So the quadratic, suppose for example, ax square plus bx plus ax square plus bx plus c. Now here, what is the highest degree? 2. So that's why it is a degree of the polynomial. It's a quadratic polynomial, and then number of roots are zeros. Number of roots are zeros equals to how many? What is the degree? Same as well as the number of roots also. So degree equals to 2, then the number of roots also equals to 2. Now we are going to discuss about few problems. So many are lagging in how to find the roots of the quadratic polynomial by using splitting middle term, or factorization, whatever it may be, by using splitting middle term or factorization. Suppose for example, in last class we are discussing about so many problems. So now once again I am going to recall that. So first of all, 3x square, first now factorize 3x square minus x minus, first of all you find the roots of this polynomial. 3x square minus x minus 4. So first of all you can write 3x square minus x minus 4. First of all you can write the degree, but in an proper order, whatever it may be, ascending order or descending order. Here x power x square, x power n and minus 4. So constant polynomial. Now you can second step. Now you can multiply the constant and x square term. Constant and x square term. Minus 4 into 3x square. First First of all, you can multiply minus 4 and 3x squared. Minus 12x squared. Minus 12x. So getting minus 12x squared. Now, here you can use splitting middle term. Splitting middle term. So finally, we need minus x. So here you can take any two terms. The product of these two is minus 12x squared. You can take two terms. And then product of these two terms is minus 12x squared, and then sum or difference of these two terms is minus x. Here you can take 4 3 is 12 and the difference is 1. So 4x and then 3x. So 4x and 3x. Now 3 into 4 12, x into x, 12x squared completed. Now different, we need minus x. So that's why here you can make the minus 4x as an input term. Now you can write as 3x squared minus 4x. This one is plus 3x. Plus 3x minus 4. Is it clear? Now here what is the common? X from these two, x is common. Otherwise you can write it as 3x squared plus 3x minus 4x minus 4. No problem. You can write like this also. No problem. From these two, what is the common term? 3x is common, that means x plus 1. Here minus 4 is common, that means x plus 1. Now what are the factors? Factors finally you can write as 3x minus 4 and x plus 1. These two are the factors. So this is the factorization method to find the zeros of the quadratic polynomial. First of all, you get clarity on this factorization, then polynomials are very easy. Polynomials are very easy. Is it clear, students? Okay. Now I am going to discuss. First, let me complete one example. Previous class continuation. I am going to teach same problem with different. So that means, what is the problem? 3x squared minus x minus 4. Find the zeros of the polynomial. Here you can write the problem. Next problem. Find the zeros of the polynomial. Find the zeros of the polynomial of 3x squared minus x minus 4, x minus x minus 4, and verify the relationship. Verify the relationship between zeros and coefficients. Zeros and coefficients. Is it clear, students? Zeros and coefficients. Now, first of all, you find the zeros of the polynomial for this polynomial. Find the zeros of this polynomial. That means here you can factorize e of you can write as polynomial of x. The variable x only. That's why you can write polynomial of x. Polynomial of x is equals to 3x squared minus x minus 4. Find the zeros of the polynomial. First of all, we go for the factorization for this one. Already we completed. So in the same class only we are getting. Once again I am going to clarify. So 3x squared into minus 4. So that's equals to minus 12x squared. Now you can divide this into two terms. Minus 4x and 3x. So now you can write it as p of x is equals to 3x squared minus 4x minus plus 3x minus 4 plus 3x minus 4. Here you can take common. Now you can write it as 3x squared plus 3x minus 4x minus 4. Now once again you can take the common from these two. What is the common value? 3x is common. Then you can take x plus 1. You can getting minus 4 is common. X plus 1. Finally you are getting 3x minus 4 and then x plus 1. These two are the values. So what is meant by zero polynomial? Zero of the polynomial. So find the zeros of the polynomial means p of x equals to 0. Now I am going to rub this. Now here you can see 0 equals to p of x 0 equals to 3x minus 4 and then x plus 1. Why? Because why I am taking 0 means these two are the zeros of the polynomial. Then you can equalize to 0. So 3x minus 4 equals to 0. So that implies 3x is equals to 4 by 3. X is equals to 4 by. This is alpha. Is it clear? This you can assume it as x equals alpha equals to 4 by 3. And then similarly, x plus 1 is equals to 0, x equals to minus 1. Then this one is beta. Beta equals to how much? Minus 1. Now, zeros are completed. Up to this part completed. Our question, this part completed. Now we need to calculate the remaining part of the question. What is the remaining part? And verify the relationship between zeros and quotients. Verify the relationship between zeros and quotients. Already we know that. First of all, you can write the polynomial. What is that polynomial? 3x square minus x minus 4. 3x square minus x minus 4. So here you can assume it as ax square plus bx plus c. Ax square plus bx plus c. That means a equals to 3, b equals to minus 1, c equals to minus 4. A equals to 3. Now we can verify the relationship. I mean, now here you can note down. Here you can write sum of zeros of the quadratic polynomial. Sum of zeros alpha plus beta. Why? Because already we completed in last class the sum of zeros alpha plus beta equals to minus b by a. Minus b by a. Now here what is the b value? Minus 1. So that's equals to minus of minus 1 by, what is a value? What is a value? 3. So that's equals to 1 by. We are getting 1 by. So what is our alpha value? Alpha value 4 by 3. I think so 3 by 4. Alpha value 3 by 4 and then beta equals to minus 1. Alpha plus beta means 3 by 4 plus minus 1. Now you can write it as 3 by 4 minus 1. What is LCM? I think so 4 by 3. I think so. What is the alpha value? So I want to recall once again, man. Sorry. So 3x square means 3x square minus x minus 4. You can write it as 3x square plus 3x minus 4x minus 4. Here 3 common, 3x common, x plus 1 minus 4 common, x plus 1. So that is x plus 1 into, okay, now 4 by 3. 4 by, sorry ma, alpha equals to 4 by 3, alpha equals to 4 by 3 and beta equals to minus 1. So alpha equals to 4 by 3 means 4 by 3 minus 1. Now what is LCM? 3. So 4 minus 3. So that's equals to 1 by 3. So LHS is equals to RHS. Then both are right. Is it clear? Now comes to the product of zeros. Product of zeros. So what is the product of zeros formula? Product of zeros of polynomial. Product of zeros of the quadratic polynomial. Alpha beta equals to c by a. Alpha beta equals to c by a. So that means here what is alpha value? 4 by 3 into minus 1. 4 by 3 into minus 1 is equals to c value minus 4 by a value 3. Now finally you are getting, that implies you are getting minus 4 by 3 is equals to minus 4. Both are equal, both are getting same values. So like this you can verify the relation. In this method you can verify how to find the zeros of the polynomial. After that you can find the, after finding the zeros you can verify the relationship between zeros and quotients. Is it clear? Now I am going to explain one more method. Second question in second workout, second problem. So already before going to that problem, So quadratic polynomial. What is a quadratic polynomial? How we can form a quadratic polynomial? Here you can write k into, what is meant by k? What is meant by k? K into x square minus sum of zeros into x plus product of zeros. Product of zeros or product of rows, whatever. This is the most important formula to create the quadratic polynomial. So once again, what is the quadratic? I mean, how you can form a quadratic polynomial? This is the formula. So k into x square minus sum of the zeros. That means this is alpha plus beta, and then product of rows. This is alpha beta. Is it clear? Now suppose, for example, alpha equal, I mean 1 and 3 are the zeros of the quadratic polynomial. Now I want to discuss about this k. What is this k? This is the LCM of the, here you can assume k equals to any constant. K equals to any constant. So where k depends on the denominator of the polynomial. Suppose you are getting 3x square plus 4x plus 1 by 4. Then you take k equals to 4. That's why you can take k is any constant. K equals to any constant. Now I am going to explain workout 2 and then second problem. Workout 2, second problem. Now already first problem completed in last class. Now I am going to explain this second problem. So here we can write down now. Find a quadratic polynomial. Find a quadratic polynomial. Here Q dot P means quadratic polynomial. Q dot P means quadratic polynomial. Polynomial each with the given number of as sum and product of its zeros. Sum and product of its zeros. Sum and product of its zeros respectively. Sum and its product of zeros respectively. Is it clear? So now what is the first question? First one is 1 by 4 comma minus 1. 1 by 4 comma minus 1. And here I am going to write the remaining problems. Root 2 comma 1 by 3. And then 0 comma root 5. 1 comma 1. Minus 1 by 4 comma 1 by 4. Then last and final 4 comma 10.
Basic.
So here you can see, students. So by using, first of all, read the question properly. Find a quadratic polynomial. We need to find a quadratic polynomial. We need to find a quadratic polynomial. In each of the following numbers as, so the given numbers are, what is the numbers? Sum and product of the polynomial. Sum and product of its zeros. So that means sum is 1 by 4 and product is minus 1. This is yes and this is, sum is 1 by 4 and product is minus 1. That means here you can write that. So quadratic polynomial equals to, already we know that you can write this formula, but here board is not sufficient. That's why I'm going to write k into Sum of zeros, that means you can write it as alpha plus beta, sorry, x square minus x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta. I am writing like this simplest. Now already we know that what is sum of zeros? Minus 1 by 4. Here what is it? Here you can write k, no problem. Same as this k, and then same x square, and then yes, sum of zeros means alpha and beta are the two zeros. Now sum of 0 means alpha plus beta, that means 1 by 4, 1 by 4 into x plus product of zeros minus 1 plus minus. Is it clear? Now again we want to write xk into x square minus x by 4 minus 1. X square minus x by 4 minus 1. Here you can find the remaining, here you can simplify the remaining values. So here you can write k as is, you can write k. And then now what is LCM? LCM of this is 4. LCM of this is 4. Now x 4 into x square, 4x square minus x minus x minus 4. So what is k value? What is we discussing first one? K stands for the denominator of the polynomial. So here what is k value? Here if k equals to 4. If k equals to 4. It is whatever it may be. K is an any constant. K is an any constant. So that's why you can write it as 4 into 4x square minus x minus 4 by 4. Now 4 get cancelled. Finally polynomial is 4x square minus x minus 4. This is the quadratic polynomial. Is it clear? Clear now? Now I am going to explain one more problem. Listen carefully now students. Saying now I am going to rub this board. Now, what is the second one? Root 2 comma 1 by 3. So that means sum of, according to the problem, sum of zeros equals to, sum of zeros nothing but alpha plus beta equals to root 2. Alpha plus beta equals to root 2. And then product of zeros equals to nothing but the product alpha beta equals to 1 by 3. Alpha beta equals to 1 by 3. This is second problem. In that, this one is second option. So now quadratic polynomial equals to k into x square minus alpha plus beta, nothing but a sum of roots into x plus product of roots alpha beta. Here already we know that alpha plus beta equals to how much? So that's equals to k into x square minus root 2x and then plus 1 by 3. Now what is LCM? So that's equals to k into what is LCM? 3 is the LCM. 3 is the LCM. Now 3 into x square, 3x square minus 3 into root 2, 3 root 2x plus 1. Here what is k value? K, always you choose this number. Always you choose this number. If k equals to 3, so that implies quadratic polynomial equals to, otherwise you can write 3 into 3x square minus 3 root 2x plus 1 by 3. 3 get cancelled. Finally you are getting quadratic polynomial is equals to 3x square minus 3 root 2x plus 3 root 2x plus 1. Is it clear? Yes, is it clear students? Yes, very nice. Now I am going to explain next problem. So what is the same thing? What is the same process? What is the next problem? So now I am going to explain 0 comma root 5. Now sum of zeros equals to alpha plus beta equals to how much? Alpha plus beta equals to 0. And then product of roots Nothing but product of zeros equals to, both are equal, and roots are equal. Root alpha beta equals to root 5. Root 5. Here, what is the quadratic polynomial? Same formula, you can write it as k into x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta. Product of roots. So similarly, you can substitute these values, k into x square minus 0 into x, minus 0 into x plus root plus root 5. Now k into x square, 0 and anything equals to 0, then no need to write this value, root. Now what about k? Is there any denominator there? Then no denominator. Then you can write by 1, no problem. If k equals to 1, then quadratic polynomial equals to, you can write directly x square plus root 5. Can I able to solve the remaining problems? Yes? Yes, very nice. Now I am going to explain one more problem in this method. So that's equals that's also minus 1 by 4 and 1 by 4. Here you can write sum of zeros equals to sum of zeros minus 1, I mean nothing but alpha plus beta equals to minus 1 by 4, and then product of zeros equals to alpha beta is equals to 1 by 4. Same process, same thing you can write it. K quadratic polynomial equals to k into x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta. So that implies, what is it? K into x square minus of minus 1 by 4 into x plus 1 by 4. Is it clear? Here already minus is there. Again here also in formula minus also is there. Then you can write minus of minus. So that's equals, we can write it as k into x square minus of minus plus 1 into x by 4 plus 1 by 4. Same like LCM on previous problems. What is LCM? Here I am going to write what is LCM? LCM equals to k into, what is LCM? LCM is 4x square plus x plus 1. 4x square plus x plus 1. Here you can assume. Now what is k value? K equals to 4. If k equals to 4. So 4 into 4x square plus x plus 1 by, now 4 get cancelled. That's equals to, what is our quadratic polynomial? 4x square plus x plus 1. Is it clear, students? So now can you able to solve the remaining problems in this Roman? I mean in this second problem, remaining problems. So what is the remaining problems? 1, 4, 1. Here you can assume, here you can see, students, I am going to explain same problem, but here according to find a quadratic polynomial. This is example, this is general problem. It's my one example, no problem. Find a quadratic polynomial. Find a quadratic polynomial whose roots are 1, 1. Whose roots are 1 and 3. No problem. 1 and 3. This example problem. Find a quadratic polynomial whose zeros are, no problem, don't write roots, zeros. Whose zeros are 1 and 3. Then same process. In previous case, they are given sum of roots equals to 1 and then product of roots equals to 3. Here directly they are given. So roots are, that means here according to the problem, roots alpha equals to 1, beta equals to 3. Alpha equals to 1, beta equals to 3. In previous problems, directly they are given alpha plus beta equals to 1. And then alpha beta equals to root 5, whatever it may be. But here you can read the problem properly. So that means alpha equals to 1, beta equals to 3. Same process, same problem. Now first of all you can find sum of zeros. Sum of zeros alpha plus beta equals to 1 plus 3 how much? 4. Product of roots. Product of roots, nothing but zeros. Alpha beta equals to 1 into 3. Now can I able to solve the remaining part? Now quadratic polynomial. Find a quadratic polynomial. Find a quadratic polynomial. Now quadratic polynomial equals to k into x squared minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta with the same formation. So that means here you can substitute k x square minus, now you can substitute alpha plus beta 4x and then alpha beta plus this is the quadratic. So here you can, there is no denominator, that's why you can write it as 1. If k equals to 1, then quadratic polynomial is equals to x square minus 4x plus. In this Roman, you can read, I mean, anywhere in mathematics, you read the problem properly. After you are reading, you can analyze the situation according to the given problem. You can analyze the situation according to the given problem. Then only you are able to solve the problem. Otherwise, simply find the zeros of the, I mean, find the quadratic polynomial. Simply you are, like previous problem, you are taking this alpha plus beta, and then this one is alpha beta. So instead of that, you read the problem. Find the quadratic polynomial whose zeros are. Here particularly they are mentioning zeros. That means alpha, already we know that. What is our assumption? Alpha and beta are the zeros of the quadratic polynomial. So that means here zeros. These two are the zeros of the quadratic polynomial. Then 1 and 3 are the roots. Because of the quadratic polynomial, 1 and 3 are the roots. That means here you can assume this one is alpha and this one is beta. These two are the confusing. Previous problem and this one is confusing, but based on reading of the problem, analyzing the problem. Okay. Now next method. No? Are you clear about this method? Students, are you clear about this method? Any doubts? Any doubts means you post to my personal WhatsApp number. My number is 9491 654 321. Once again, I am going to repeat my number. 9491 654 321. Is it clear, students? Clear? Now any doubts? Any doubts? So now I am going to explain cubic polynomial. Cubic polynomial. Already we know that, we know very well about that. Up to this one, quadratic polynomial is completed. Now comes to the cubic polynomial. What is meant by cubic polynomial? First of all, if you want to find the quadratic polynomial means you find the zeros of the polynomial. That means alpha and beta. You find the zeros of the polynomial. You find the alpha and beta. Then you go by whatever it may be. Verify the relationship between zeros and coefficients and whatever it may be. Forming quadratic polynomial, whatever it may be. First of all, you know very well in 8th and 9th classes how to find the zeros of the quadratic equation. I mean quadratic, whatever it may be, expression or quadratic equation, whatever it may be. If a polynomial, quadratic polynomial, what is the difference between polynomial and quadratic equation means equals to 0 is there means then it is a quadratic equation. Equals to 0 is there means it is a quadratic equation. Equals to 0 not there means then it is a quadratic polynomial. Is it clear? Now comes to the next topic. Cubic polynomial. What is meant by cubic polynomial? What is meant by quadratic polynomial? How many types of polynomials are there? So many are there. In that, according to your NCERT textbook, you know, I mean, you are required to know that up to biquadratic polynomial. So, what is meant by quadratic polynomial? An expression having the degree, highest degree is 2, then it is called as quadratic polynomial. Cubic means the highest degree of the polynomial is 3. Highest degree of the polynomial is 3. Degree of the polynomial is 3. Then those polynomials are called as cubic polynomials. Then what is the standard form of a cubic polynomial? Standard form, ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. This is the standard form of the cubic polynomial. So you can write any polynomial. It is a cubic polynomial. Suppose x square x cube plus 5x square plus 6x plus 2. Yes, it is a cubic polynomial. Yes, it is a cubic polynomial. Why? Because here you can see x cube, x square term is there, x term is there, and constant term is there. But you can write x cube plus 10. It is a cubic polynomial. Why? Because here second cubic term is there, and then constant term is there. Where is the remaining two terms? There is no two terms. But instead of these two terms, we can write yes, it is a cubic polynomial. First of all, it is a cubic polynomial. Why? Because what is the degree of this polynomial? What is the degree of this polynomial? 3. That's why it is a cubic polynomial. But you can write instead of this x cube plus 10x, you can write as x cube plus 0 into x square. 0 and anything equals to 0. That's why I am writing like this. So plus next term 0 into x plus you can write like this. Then it is a cubic polynomial. No problem. But here 0 into anything equals to 0. That's why I am writing 0 into x square plus 0 into x plus 10. Is it clear now? Now, according to the quadratic polynomial, what is the sum of roots of the quadratic polynomial? Alpha plus beta equals to minus b by a, and then product of roots equals to c by a. Similarly, here you can assume that alpha, beta, and one more term gamma. Alpha, beta, and one more term gamma. So these three are the Greek alphabets. So alpha, beta, gamma are the three roots. Are 3 zeros. The 3 roots are 3 zeros, whatever it may be. So these alpha, beta, gamma are the 3 zeros of the cubic polynomial. Then what is the sum of roots of the cubic polynomial? Sum of roots or sum of zeros. Alpha plus beta plus gamma equals to minus b by a. Alpha plus beta plus gamma equals to minus b by a. And then product of roots equals to product of roots is equals to alpha, beta, gamma. But here one more thing is there, sum of product of any two roots. Any two roots. Sum of product of any two roots equals to c by a, and then sum of product of two roots equals to minus b by a. These are the most important formulas for cubic polynomial. Once again, you can see one. So alpha, beta, gamma are the 3 roots of the cubic polynomial. So how many zeros are there for cubic polynomial? 3 zeros are there. Very good, very nice. 3 zeros are there. So and then what is that 3 zeros? You can assume that alpha, beta, gamma. Alpha, beta, gamma are the 3 zeros. According to the quadratic polynomial, already we know that alpha plus beta equals sum of zeros alpha plus beta equals to minus b by a, and then product of roots equals to c by a. But here one more additional thing is there. Here how many zeros are there? 3 zeros are there. Then sum of zeros equals to sum of roots equals to nothing but zeros equals to alpha plus beta plus gamma equals to minus b by a. Same formulas. And then sum of product of any two roots. Here you can write alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha equals to c by b. C by a. Is it clear now? So here alpha beta gamma. Then here alpha beta gamma. So now sum of product of any two roots equals to, that means alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha. Is it clear now? Now, let us see the remaining problems in cubic polynomial. If cubic polynomial is completed, means almost 70% of the polynomials are completed, and then so many additional problems are there in polynomials. Now I am going to explain one example problem. Okay. Now I am going to end this session. Again, In next class, we are discussing about the cubic polynomials. It depends on the problems and as well as additional problems, example problems, whatever it may be. So we are going to discuss.